are live. Ladies and gentlemen, those in between or neither, welcome back to the channel. I am your host. It is good to be back. The banners have switched. The summer event has started in Genshin Impact. So, we'll be doing what we usually do with the 4.8 test runs. In the first half, we have our 5 stars, Miss Navia of Spina de Rosula fame, the dancer Nilu in Sumeru, which she actually gets a skin that is absolutely gorgeous. And then for 4 stars, it's a bit of a mixed bag. We have Kirara, and admittedly Kirara's kind of part of this whole problem, and I'll explain why once we get to the polling section. We have the long-awaited return of Mr. Kaveh and Lady Ningguang. So, as you guys all know, we will start with the 5 stars. I will go through what the trial character is, signature weapon stuff, what sets, what team, all of that fun stuff, and then we'll see how they work in battle. I'll give my thoughts on the banners, and we are doing polls this time around, so make sure you stay to the end to actually see the results of those polls. I'm sorry that I'm not exactly the most articulate at the moment. Excuse me. This is my first solo stream since I got back from vacation. I actually did a co-op stream with my friends Coffee and Silver on Monday. We started a Soul Link together. Or at least they're doing the Soul Link. I'm there to provide extra moral support and research. Anyway, back to what we were doing. Hello, Miss Navia. So, this Navia in particular has her signature Claymore Verdict, which is a lovely axe. Many Oaths of Dawn and Dusk, increases attack by 20% when party members obtain elemental shards from crystallized reactions. The equipping character will gain 1 seal, increasing the elemental skill damage by 18%. A seal lasts for 15 seconds, and the equipper may have 2 seals at once for a maximum of 36% elemental skill damage increased. All of the equipper seals will disappear 0.2 seconds after using the elementals after their skill deals damage. So, Verdict is a very, very good claymore to have for Navia specifically because she does tend to run off of crystallized reactions. However, you could probably stick this on any other claymore user and it would just be fine. So, no need to worry about it. For artifact set, we have Nighttime Whispers in the Echoing Woods, which increases her damage even further when she gains a shield through the crystallized reaction, which makes sense. Then we also have Lady Ningguang with Archaic Petra for her geo damage bonus, and she is on the Widsith, so this is more of a damage build Ningguang, though admittedly I don't know any other roles that Ningguang would necessarily fill outside of a sub-DPS role. We have Zhanling and we have Bennett. I'm not showing those two because those two are very, very common in trials, admittedly. So, let's start this with Benny and get the ball rolling. So, we're going to set up Bennett, set up Guoba, set up the Jade screen, and just let Navia go to town. Why? Because she is just that good. And she really doesn't need help from her other party members, necessarily. And then for Zhanling, we do Globa first to get the Pyro going. Ningguang Ningguang, you are gorgeous, but you are also very slow and frail, and just it doesn't really work that well, admittedly. Come on. Cannon. And my mouse, no. Oh, drop Globa. Nope. I need Ningguang. There we go. Admittedly, I could have also done that with Navia as well, but as long as the trial gets done, we get our rewards. That's fine by me. So for this, we get 20 primos. We get Spring of First Dewdrop, which is her, which is one of her resources for talents, and then we get the Transoceanic Pearl, which can be used for character and for weapon ascension. So now we have the Queen of Blooms, Miss Nilou. In fact, I would be surprised if they did not stick her in some sort of composition for a Bloom team, considering how much Hydro she ends up throwing around. Now, is she going to be the only Hydro unit on this team composition? That is the question. She is not. She is with Kale and Yao Yao, and then Barbara for the additional Hydro. So, here is Nilou, the wonderful dancer of the Zubair Theater, also voiced by the Danny Chambers, who is very, very good at what she does. So the key of Kaj Nisut. Don't ask me how she got that sword, but she did. HP is increased by 20% when an elemental skill hits an opponent. You gain the Grand Hem effect for 20 seconds. This effect increases the equipping character's elemental mastery by 0.12% of their max HP. This effect can trigger once every 0.3 seconds to a maximum of 3 times. When this effect gains 3 stacks, or when the third stack's duration is refreshed, the elemental mastery of all nearby party members will be increased by 9.2% of the equipping character's max HP for 20 seconds. Basically, Nilou, Kirara, Layla, any sword character that runs off of HP would actually benefit from this sword. And then she's got Flower of Paradise Lost for her set, which will increase her bloom damage and her elemental mastery. She is paired with Kale, who's got our Deepwood Memory set, and the Stringless, which is a very good 4-star option for her. Barbara on Prototype Amber and Maiden's Beloved, which is kind of the quintessential Barbara set, considering she's the healer. And we have Yao Yao running a second set of Deepwood Memories, and with the Favonius Lance to help with energy. Just a note, if you have 2 Dendro units in the party, only one of them needs to run Deepwood Memories. And depending on what their role in the party is, you can kind of go from there as to how much Dendro resistance, well, on which member you want to use Deepwood on, because Deepwood Memories does not stack. Just making sure people know, because it actually doesn't say in the set if it stacks or not. So with Nilou doing her thing, then we go into Kale, and then we go into Barbara to heal, and then Yugle to help out with energy stuff. So with Nilou, the blooms are actually going off a lot faster. Konepa, Yugle, do the thing, and with enough Dendro applied, we've got bloom cores going off. And that one's just being annoying. Set up the healing aura. There we go. And just make sure that Yugwe is doing his thing. There we go. Come on, you loop. Set up the hydro. And where's the next? There we are. And there we go. A very solid team. Now, you could probably stick Nilou in Hyper Bloom, but she is best suited for Bloom-specific teams. And she is very, very good at what she does, especially when paired with another Hydra unit, so you don't have to worry about stacking so much energy on her. Anyway, to the rest of the 4 stars. The first we have is Kirara. Now, again, I say this is a problem because the summer event is going on, so Kirara did not need to show up on the set of banners. Because if you get enough of the special currency in the summer event, you actually get a copy of Kirara. So it's just one of those things. We're gonna set up as Barbara real quick. Pop into Kirara, and then have Oz. And with Oz going, admittedly, I kind of wish that Fischl was not the unit doing the electro damage. Nope. Too close to the edge. There we go. Come on. Into Kirara, please. Lovely. And then we will set this up. Nice. And I did not show... I actually didn't show what Kirara was running. I assume it would be Sapwood and Sapwood Blade and Deepwood Memories. Why? Because that's kind of what people run her with. But if you're looking for a very good Dendro Shield unit, I highly suggest you at least go through the event and go through the effort of getting her. Would I suggest pulling on the banner? Not necessarily, and I'll get to that in a minute. But now we actually get to the long-awaited return of Mr. Kaveh, the Dendro DPS unit. 4-star Claymore. That probably is going to get replaced in that one. Because there is actually a 5-star Dendro Claymore unit there. Oh, but we do have Kale, we do have Barbara, and we do have Xingqiu. I don't think I need to show those units. Again, we are in another Bloom composition, so you could swap out one of the Hydra units for Nilou if you really wanted to. And then we're going to do this. And then we're going to go into Kale. And Marat is just going to do his thing. And yes, I do say Marat because Kaveh doesn't actually swing the Claymore. Do this to set up water. Pop into Kale because Barbara's not ready to go yet, so we need to generate Bloom. So the little trick about Kaveh as the bloom driver in this case is that when the bloom cores explode, he actually heals a small amount. A little bit more damage than what I was taking, and I did not do what I did with Kaveh, and I'm not going to take the time for it now because I'm in the heat of the battle. There we go. But yeah, I'm not going to do the character reveal for, well, I shouldn't say the character reveal. He's probably on Forced Regalia, and he probably had another set of Deepwood Memories on him, because that's kind of what Hoyo does with their child characters, and it's a little annoying. But anyway, our last 4-star here is Miss Ningguang. I admittedly don't know why she's here. Honestly, part of me thinks that she should not be here in favor of somebody like Yunjin, or maybe like another HP buffer. And would you look at that, there's Yunjin in this party. So this is not a full-on Geo team, but Ningguang is the one that is taking the DPS role. So we've already seen Bennett. He's got Sapwood, and he's probably got the Noblesse on here. Yeah, he's got the full set of Noblesse. We have Goro, which is actually one of my favorite support units. I actually did use him with Navia a lot until I replaced him with Yunjin. On the Favonius Warbow and on a set of Husk that is perfect for him in terms of energy requirement, and his skill set is defensively based, so Husk of Opulent Dreams is a very good set. Same with Yunjin, and she's got Prototype Star Glitter. This is a very good polearm to craft if you don't have something like Favonius Lance. You could also put the catch on her, which is what I have done, to wonderful results, to put it mildly. And then Miss Ningguang with the Widsith and Archaic Petra. Just showing for the sake of it at this point. So we will actually start off with Benny Boy, and then we will flip in as we go. So then we will go into, I should have gone into Garo. Oh well. And then set up the Jade screen. And she's doing a considerable Benny, do your thing. Goro, do your thing. Yunjin, get the buff. Well, that worked out really well. And now we've got a giant Hilitrol with a Geo Shield. So we will drop Goro's skill and burst, do Yunjin skill, and then burst, set up the Jade screen, and then break it. There we go! And that's actually better than I thought I would do with Ningguang. But I guess it goes to show if you get enough practice and get the rotation down, it's perfectly fine. So, let me get to the wishing screen real quick, and we can talk about the banners. Because again, I feel like it's important. And just waiting for things to load. Oh. And I cleared something on the battle pass. Hang on. Oh, sweet. Nice. That gets me toward the next level on the basic. I like this. So, not the standard. And I want to adjust something real quick. So that way I don't have to worry about it. Mouse, can you cooperate for just a little longer? Perfect. Anyway. So, overall thought on the first phase of banners. It's okay. If you don't have Navia and Nilou and you would like Navia and or Nilou, I suggest that you do go for it. And the same with their weapons. However, and this is a very big however, the 4 stars aren't really worth it, as bad as this is to say, because you're going to get a copy of Kirara if you actually play through the summer event. Kaveh, I like Kaveh, but ideally if you have him, great. If you're using him, great. If you want to get constellations for it, yeah, now's the time. He hasn't been released. Well, it's been a very long time since he was first released, so if you don't have him and you want him, now's your time, because I don't know when he's going to come back. And Ningguang, she's in the shop, so if you have enough, not Star Glitter, but Stardust, you can buy a copy of Ningguang during two months of the year. So it isn't really worth it. At least for new players. For experienced players like myself, if you want to do it, do it. I fully intend to try to go after C1 for Navia because I enjoy Navia. I play her quite a bit. And if on the very off chance that she comes early, I might throw a couple pulls down to try and get Verdict. Because that is her signature weapon, and it would be considered a vertical investment. So, if you're just starting out, hold off on this pair of banners. In the second half, there will be Yelan, and if you are just starting out, Yelan will serve you so well. So I highly suggest that you hold off in 20 days, and then you start bowling. Cool? With that in mind, let's see if I can actually get Navia early. Because again, I play her a lot. I love her. I want to get a vertical investment on her. So, with 60 pulls and a bit of a dream, here goes nothing. First set. And it's a 4-star. Okay. Now, it could be any of the 4-star characters, or it could be a 4-star weapon. We'll see. Harbinger of Dawn, Debate Club. We don't really need to see the 3 stars, but if I skip it, I skip the whole thing, which is not what I'm looking for. Kaveh! That's a C1 Kaveh. Thrilling Tales. Magic Guide. Black Tassel. Okay. So at this point it's kind of checking for doubles if I do get a 4-star. And before I state this, or before I get too far ahead of myself, if I do get the 5-star, it is guaranteed to be the character on the limited banner. Because when I went for Farina, I ended up losing the 50-50 to Dea. So, I don't have a ton of pity right now, which is fine. Because if she does come early, then she comes early. If she takes everything, she just takes everything, and I'm gonna be out for a bit. So we'll just kind of go from there. Second set. There's another 4-star. Skyrider. Ferris. Magic Guide. The Ravenbow. Sacrificial Greatsword! Hello, Courage. That's actually great because that gives me a refinement on Sacrificial Greatsword. Lovely. And yes, I've stopped because somebody has come in and has decided to demand pets. Give me a minute to satisfy. There we go. Slingshot, Skyrider, Harbinger, Cool Steel. Okay, so it's just Sacrificial Greatsword. That's fine. That gives me a refinement, which is lovely. I think this will put me at R2 for Sacrificial Greatsword. I'm going to say R2, and then if I need to fix it, I can fix it later. R2. Character. There. Alright. We are halfway through our set of pulls. That is not what I wanted. There we go. And, alright. Set number 3. Let's see. That's another 4-star. Thrilling. Harbinger. Blood Tainted. Ningguang! I think that's C1 or C2. Harbinger. Magic. Ferris. Debate. Ferris again. Okay, so it's just Ningguang. Let me get that down. Ningguang, and because I know that I've pulled Ningguang on stream before, or at least I thought I have. Where? Oh, I also pulled Kavan on stream before. Okay, so that's actually C2 and not C1. I'll worry about. Well, actually, no. I can check that. Let me check. Constellation. So I think this will be C1. Which, no, I'm not going to build Ningguang yet because she really comes together at like C6 and that's about it. So next pull, let's see. Another 4. Emerald. Skyrider. Kirara! C3! And at this point, we're just kind of looking for doubles. Double or triple, because I've managed to get triples before. Ferris. Raven. Magic. Alright, so that's going to be C3 on Kirara. Lovely. I might be able to C6 her, actually. Not now, obviously, but I I will definitely be able to see Sixer maybe by the end of the event, depending on how well these polls go. And I do want to mark that it is a constellation. I don't remember which number though, and I think your router should be C3. Yes. Ah! Keep. Stop clicking on the weapon and just go with it. Alright. There's one more poll that I actually feel comfortable with doing. I'm hoping it's Navia. Nope. Nope, it's not Navia. It's Kaveh instead. Okay. C3 Kaveh. Ferris. Harbinger. Skyrider. Cool Steel. Okay, so that's C3 Kaveh, I think. Which, honestly, it's not the end of the world. Granted, this doesn't make me want to use Kaveh anytime soon. But I am building constellations on these characters, so one day. There. And I'm thinking I don't use the last 10 bolt. Why? Because I do want to hang on to a little bit. Because I know that Yelan's going to show up. I know later down the pipeline, Wriothesley might show up. Zhongli is probably going to show up at some point. And I want to make sure that I have at least a little bit of a resource for him. So unfortunately, that means I have to forego Navia right now. Which makes me a little sad. But, it is what it is. So, with all of that said, it is good to be back. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. Please make sure to leave a follow and ring that notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I go live on the YouTube channel. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe over there so you don't miss a recap. If you're feeling generous, since I'm not at affiliate yet, please, I do have a Ko-Fi link in the About section of the Twitch channel and in the video, in the description of the YouTube videos. You don't have to donate there. I would appreciate it if you did. Additionally, if you want to see more work from me, I'm a freelance writer with a passion for D&D homebrew. A link to the portfolio of works that I've done is in the description of the YouTube videos and in the About section for Twitch as well. You don't have to put any money down. I don't guarantee perfection. Just something interesting for your next tabletop adventure. My next stream should be Saturday with Chaotic Coffee. I don't know exactly what I'll be doing necessarily, but the two of us are just gonna vibe and try to have a good time. Until then, stay safe out there and